Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where relationships shape our destinies. The people we choose to invest in can either propel us towards our purpose or anchor us in mediocrity. Life is too precious, too short to be wasted on individuals who do not recognize, nurture, or respect the value within us. The greatest asset you have is your time, and where you invest that time defines your future. The power of influence. Every relationship is an exchange of energy, values, and direction. The people you choose to surround yourself with are not just companions, they are co pilots on the journey of life, influencing the trajectory of your path. They contribute to your emotional landscape, your mental fortitude, and the clarity of your vision. Every interaction you engage in, every conversation you partake in, involves a transfer of intangible assets. These assets, energy, value, beliefs, and directions are the currencies with which relationships are built, sustained, and sometimes, unfortunately, torn down. When you invest yourself in the wrong people, you allow them to steer your life off course. The wrong people are those whose values do not align with yours, whose energy does not uplift you, and whose direction is not parallel to the path you wish to tread. These individuals may not always be malevolent or ill intentioned. They might simply be incompatible with the goals and the vision you have for your life. However, their influence can be insidious. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, they can lead you away from your true purpose, away from the goals you have set, and away from the person you are striving to become. In the context of relationships, energy is not just a metaphor, it is a tangible force that shapes your daily life. Consider the way you feel after spending time with different people. Some leave you feeling invigorated, inspired, and ready to take on the world. Others, however, drain you, leaving you feeling exhausted, uninspired, and sometimes even questioning your own worth. This is the energy exchange at a work. Positive, constructive relationships are those where the energy exchange is balanced or even tilted in your favor. Favor filling you up rather than depleting you out. Yaya fa negative, destructive relationships, on the other hand, are those where the energy exchange is unbalanced, leaving you empty and exhausted. The wrong people, those who drain you of your passion, your vision, and ultimately your purpose, often do so subtly. They may not outright discourage you from pursuing your goals, but their lack of support, their indifference, or their own negativity can weigh heavily on your spirit over time. This can erode your confidence, making you doubt your abilities and your worth. The dreams that once seemed so attainable can begin to feel out of reach, not because you lack the ability to achieve them, but because you have allowed the wrong people to cloud your vision. Your vision is your guiding light, the beacon that leads you toward your goals and your purpose. It is the clarity with which you see your future, the roadmap that you follow to reach your destination. When you surround yourself with people who do not share or support this vision, it becomes increasingly difficult to stay on course. They may introduce doubt, suggesting that your goals are too lofty or that your dreams are unrealistic. They may distract you with their own issues, pulling you away from your path and into their own dream drama. Or they may simply fail to encourage you, leaving you to navigate the challenges of life without the support and motivation you need. Purpose is the reason for which you exist. It is the driving force behind everything you do. When you invest yourself in the wrong people, you risk losing sight of this purpose. These individuals can cause you to question your worth, your abilities, and your direction. They can lead you to set off a less than you deserve, to compromise on your values, and to abandon the dreams that once fueled your passion. In doing so, they rob you of the very essence of who you are and who you are meant to become. Guarding your heart and your time is essential, for they are the well springs of your future. Your heart is the source of your passion, your creativity, and your love. It is where your dreams are born, where your vision is nurtured, and where your purpose is cultivated. When you allow the wrong people into your life, you give them access to this sacred space. They have the power to influence your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. If they are not aligned with your values and your vision, they can corrupt this space, filling it with doubt, fear, and negativity. Your time is your most precious resource. It is finite, and once it is spent, it can never be reclaimed. The people you choose to spend your time with have a significant impact on how you use this resource. The wrong people will waste your time, distracting you from your goals and pulling you away from the activities and the relationships that matter most. They may demand more of your time than they deserve, leaving you with less time to invest in yourself, in your passions, and in the people who truly matter to guard your heart and your time. You must be discerning in your relationships. You must evaluate the people in your life and ask yourself whether they are contributing to your growth or hindering it. Are they supporting your vision, or are they leading you away from it? Are they encouraging you to become the best version of yourself, or are they holding you back? These are difficult questions to ask, but they are essential if you are to protect the well springs of your future. Choosing to invest in people who align with your vision, who encourage your growth, and who challenge you to become the best version of yourself is not just a matter of preference, it is a matter of survival. The right people will lift you up when you are down, inspire you when you are discouraged, and push you to achieve more than you ever thought possible. They will share your values, support your goals, and walk with you and your journey toward your purpose. Investing in the right people requires intention and commitment. It means seeking out relationships that are built on mutual respect, shared values, and common goals. It means surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who believe in you. It means being willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve you, even if it is difficult to do so in a world that is often chaotic and unpredictable. Your relationships are one of the few things you have control over. You have the power to choose who you spend your time with, who you allow into your heart, and who you invest your energy. In these choices will determine the course of your life, the fulfillment of your purpose, and the realization of your dreams. Every relationship is an exchange of energy, values, and direction. This exchange shapes who you are, where you are going, and what you will ultimately achieve. When you invest yourself in the wrong people, you risk losing sight of your purpose, draining your energy and strength from your path. But when you invest in the right people, you empower yourself to achieve your highest potential, to stay true to your vision. And to fulfill your purpose, you must be vigilant in guarding your heart and your time, for they are the well springs of your future. Choose wisely, invest intentionally, and surround yourself with people who will support you, inspire you, and walk with you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. The cost of wrong investments. When you invest in the wrong people, the cost is often not immediate, but it is inevitable. These are the people who take but do not give, who criticize but do not uplift, who hold you back rather than push you forward. Wrong investments in relationships can be devastating, often leading to a life filled with regret, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. The subtle nature of these costs makes them particularly insidious, as they can accumulate over time without one realizing the full extent of the damage until it is too late. The importance of recognizing when a relationship has become a liability rather than an asset cannot be overstated. It takes a significant amount of courage and self-awareness to acknowledge this truth and to make the difficult decision to walk away. The effects of investing in the wrong people can manifest in various aspects of life. In personal relationships, this can mean staying in a toxic relationship out of fear of being alone or out of hope that the person will change. This hope can be blinding, leading one to ignore the red flags and signs that the relationship is detrimental. These individuals often drain your energy, leaving you emotionally exhausted. They can stifle your growth, discouraging you from pursuing your dreams and aspirations, often out of their own insecurities or fear of being left behind. Their presence in your life can become a significant barrier to achieving your full potential, as they may undermine your confidence and self-esteem, making you doubt your abilities and worth. In professional settings, the wrong people can appear in the form of colleagues, bosses, or business partners. These are the individuals who may initially seem supportive, but ultimately have their own interest at heart. They may take credit for your work, sabotage your efforts, or create a toxic work environment. The time and energy spent trying to navigate these challenging relationships can take a toll on your career progression and overall job satisfaction. The wrong investments in professional relationships can lead to missed promotions, stalled projects, and even job loss. The stress and anxiety associated with dealing with such individuals can also spill over into your personal life, affecting your relationships with family and friends. And one of the most damaging aspects of investing in the wrong people is the opportunity cost. The time, energy, and resources spent on these individuals could have been invested in more fruitful relationships. By the time you realize the mistake, valuable opportunities may have passed you by. The relationships that could have brought you joy, support, and growth may have been neglected or never fully developed because your attention was diverted elsewhere. This realization can lead to deep regret as you come to understand the full extent of what has been lost. The psychological impact of investing in the wrong people can be profound over time. You may start to internalize the negativity and criticism that these individuals project onto you. Their constant undermining of your efforts can erode your self-confidence, leading to self-doubt and a diminished sense of self-worth. This can create a vicious cycle where you become more dependent on the very people who are causing you harm, believing that you are not worthy of better treatment. The emotional toll of such relationships can lead to anxiety, depression, and a general sense of dissatisfaction with life. Moreover, the wrong people often have a way of isolating you from others. They may subtly or overtly discourage you from maintaining relationships with supportive friends and family members. This isolation can make it even more difficult to break free from the toxic relationship, as you may feel that you have nowhere else to turn. The lack of a strong support system can leave you vulnerable, making it easier for the wrong people to maintain their hold on you. This isolation can also lead to loneliness and a sense of being trapped, further exacerbating the emotional and psychological damage. The financial cost of investing in the wrong people is another factor to consider. In some cases, these individuals may take advantage of your generosity, borrowing money with no intention of repaying it or expecting you to cover their expenses. The financial burden can be significant, especially if it is sustained over a long period. The money lost in these relationships could have been used for more productive purposes, such as investing in your education, starting a business, or saving for the future. The financial strain can also add to the stress and anxiety already caused by the emotional and psychological toll of the relationship. In extreme cases, the wrong people can lead you down a path of self-destruction. They may encourage or enable destructive behavior such as substance abuse, gambling, or other forms of addiction. These behaviors can have long-term consequences, not only for your health and well-being, but also for your relationship, career, and financial stability. The wrong people can pull you into their own problems, making you complicit in their bad decisions and dragging you down with them. The cost of these relationships can be catastrophic, leading to a downward spiral from which it can be difficult to recover. Recognizing that you have invested in the wrong people is often the first step toward reclaiming your life. This realization can be painful as it involves acknowledging that you have made a mistake and that the people you trusted and cared for were not deserving of your investment. However, it is important to remember that this realization is also an opportunity for growth. By recognizing the mistake, you can begin to take steps to rectify it, to learn from it, and to avoid making the same mistake in the future. The process of disengaging from the wrong people can be challenging. It often requires setting clear boundaries, which these individuals may resist or attempt to violate. They may try to guilt you into playing on your emotions and exploiting your sense of loyalty, your obligation. It is important to stand firm in your decision and to prioritize your well-being. This may mean cutting ties completely or significantly, reducing the amount of time and energy you spend on these relationships. It may also involve seeking support from others, whether it be friends, family, or a therapist, to help you navigate this difficult process. Walking away from the wrong people can be an empowering experience. It allows you to reclaim your time, energy, and resources, which can then be invested in more positive and fulfilling relationships. It also sends a powerful message to yourself and others, that you value yourself and your well-being enough to walk away from situations that do not serve you. This can lead to a renewed sense of self-confidence and self-worth as you begin to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you in the aftermath of disengaging from the wrong people. It is important to take time to heal. The process of detaching from toxic relationships can be emotionally draining, and it is essential to allow yourself the space to recover. This may involve reflecting on what you have learned from the experience and using those lessons to inform your future decisions. It may also involve seeking out new relationships that are more aligned with your values and goals. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can help to rebuild your confidence and restore your sense of self-worth. It is also important to forgive yourself for the mistake of investing in the wrong people. It is easy to fall into the trap of self-blame, but it is important to remember that everyone makes mistakes and that the key is to learn from them and move forward. Forgiving yourself allows you to let go of the past and focus on the future. It also frees you from the burden of carrying guilt and regret, which can be just as damaging as the toxic relationships themselves. Moving forward, it is crucial to be more discerning in your relationships. This involves paying attention to red flags and being willing to walk away when a relationship is no longer serving you. It also means being more intentional about the people you choose to invest in. Seek out relationships that are mutually beneficial, where both parties are committed to supporting and uplifting each other. These relationships are the ones that will bring you joy, fulfillment, and growth, in addition to being more discerning. It is also important to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness. Understanding your own needs, values, and boundaries can help you to make better decisions about who to invest in. It can also help you to recognize when a relationship is becoming toxic and to take steps to address it before it causes significant harm. This self-awareness can be developed through practices such as mindfulness, journaling, and therapy, which can help you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your relationships. The importance of having the courage to walk away from the wrong people cannot be overstated. It takes a great deal of strength to recognize that a relationship is not serving you and to take the necessary steps to disengage from it. This courage is often fueled by a deep commitment to your own well-being and a desire to live a life that is aligned with your values and goals. It is this courage that will ultimately enable you to break free from toxic relationships and to create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. In conclusion, investing in the wrong people can have far-reaching and devastating consequences. The costs, while not always immediate, are inevitable and can manifest in various aspects of your life, including your personal relationships, career, and overall well-being. The psychological, emotional, and financial toll of these relationships can be profound, leading to a life filled with regret, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. However, by recognizing when a relationship has become a liability rather than an asset, and by having the courage to walk away, you can begin to reclaim your life and invest in relationships that are positive, supportive, and align with your values and goals. The importance of discernment. Discernment is a fundamental attribute, one that transcends mere observation and delves into the deeper realms of understanding and intuition. It is the ability to see beyond what is immediately apparent, to perceive the underlying truths that often remain hidden from the casual observer. This quality is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is a profound spiritual and emotional skill that guides us in navigating the complexities of human relationships in a world where appearances can be deceiving and intentions are not always clear. Discernment becomes an invaluable tool, helping us to make wise decisions about who we allow into our lives and how we engage with them. That is, core discernment is about recognizing the true nature of the people we encounter. It requires a level of insight that goes beyond superficial judgments based on looks, words, or actions. Instead, it calls for an awareness that can detect the motivations, character, and potential impact of others on our lives. This is not a skill that comes easily or naturally. It must be developed and honed over time through experience, reflection, and often through mistakes. Learning to discern the true nature of those around us is a journey that involves both the heart and the mind, requiring us to be both empathetic and analytical. One of the most challenging aspects of discernment is acknowledging that not everyone who enters our lives is meant to stay. This realization can be painful, especially when it involves people we care about or have invested in emotionally. However, it is necessary, understanding if we are to protect our well being and pursue our true purpose. Some people come into our lives to teach us lessons. They may challenge us, hurt us, or disappoint us, but in doing so, they offer us opportunities for growth and self discovery. These individuals may not remain in our lives for long, but their impact can be profound. They force us to confront our weaknesses, to question our beliefs, and to develop resilience. In this way, they serve as catalysts for our personal development. On the other hand, there are those who enter our lives as blessings. These are the people who recognize our worth, who believe in our dreams, and who are committed to growing alongside us. They are the ones who support us through thick and thin, who celebrate our successes and comfort us in our failures. These relationships are characterized by mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision for the future. The presence of such people in our lives is invaluable as they provide the encouragement, love, and guidance we need to reach our full potential. They add value to our lives not by what they give us materially, but by how they help us to grow spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. The wisdom to discern between these two types of people is crucial for our well-being. Without it, we risk investing our time, energy, and emotions in relationships that drain us rather than uplift us. We may find ourselves entangled in toxic dynamics that stifle our growth and leave us feeling unworthy or unfulfilled. On the contrary, when we exercise discernment, we are better equipped to surround ourselves with people who inspire us, who challenge us to be our best selves, and who are genuinely invested in our success. Developing discernment requires a deep understanding of ourselves. We must first be clear about our values, our goals, and our boundaries. Knowing what we stand for and what we want in life gives us a framework against which to measure the people we encounter. It allows us to recognize when someone aligns with our values and supports our goals, and conversely, when someone is likely to lead us astray. Self-awareness is the foundation of discernment. Without it, we are susceptible to being swayed by others' opinions, desires, or manipulations. Another key aspect of discernment is the ability to observe, listen carefully. People often reveal their true selves in subtle ways through their actions, their choice of words, their tone of voice, and even their body language. Paying attention to these cues can provide valuable insights into their character and intentions. However, this requires us to be fully present in our interactions, to set aside our preconceptions, and to really engage with what is being said and done. It also means being attuned to our own reactions and intuitions. Often, our gut feelings can alert us to something being off, even when we can't immediately put a finger on what it is. Empathy is another important component of discernment. Understanding others' perspectives, emotions, and motivations can help us to see beyond the surface and appreciate the complexities of their behavior. However, empathy must be balanced with a sense of self-protection. While it's important to be compassionate and understanding, we must also recognize when someone is taking advantage of our empathy or using it to manipulate us. This is where the analytical aspect of discernment comes into play. We must be able to critically assess the information we receive, weigh the evidence, and make informed decisions about how to proceed. It is also important to recognize that discernment is not about making snap judgments or being overly critical. It is about taking the time to understand the full context of a situation or a relationship. This often involves patience, as the true nature of people and their intentions may only become clear over time. Rushing to conclusions can lead to mistakes, either by dismissing someone who could be a valuable ally or by holding on to someone who intimately proves to be harmful. Discernment requires a balance of open-mindedness and caution, a willingness to give others a chance while also protecting ourselves from potential harm. The people we choose to surround ourselves with